Is it back up now? I got one saying waiting for GC Sports. Not sure what's going on here. Technical difficulties apparently.
Yep.
Yeah, I just got the banner, so yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. Sorry about that. I just happened to check and it wasn't working on my phone. I was trying to read the comments and it wasn't working, so that's weird. Hopefully I don't lag out. If so, then I'll just do a quick reboot and be back with you guys. But yeah, that's unfortunate. I hate to see that the screen losing there like that. But up front, you're seeing 1, 2, 3. They've pulled away from 4 and 5. 4 and 5 being the 17 of Bad Fast Marley, 22 of DB to Best. Racehead super loose right there off of turn 2 as he goes down to the apron. He looks like he's going to save it, get back going in that number 32. But I don't know if he's going to be able to catch the draft of that 16. Looks like the 87 and the 16 are going to be able to pull away. Can the 22 and the 17 decide who wants to be in 4th and go catch that 32 truck? Behind them, that is your top 5. In 6th place, we have the Bear, still racing hard with Robbie Racing right now. And NRG back there on the outside, that would be 7th place. Followed by him is the 13 of DK Brown, the 98 of Country Caliber, 21 of Sludge, and no idea who that was behind him. Is that still you, Travis?
Yeah, I'm in 13th behind Blaney right now.
So Blaney, first night here for him in that 44 machine. Then Travis Tyson.
The broadcast crew from last night running.
DK's in the wall.
Right behind each other. Oh, no.
That is,
Not
no.
my pick.
The 44 is not the same person that was in the booth with us last night.
Oh, different Blaney.
Yeah, there's Blaney and then there's Blaney Fan. Blaney Fan was the one broadcasting last night.
Something's up with DK. He went in the grass and then got loose coming off 2, and he just got into Sludge there.
DK Brown in the 13 having issues. That's not something we see very often out of him. Denkate's beating somebody. Oh, that sounded really bad saying it like that. But yeah, it looks like Denkate is in front of the 88. That would be Hellraiser, I believe. And the 24 hitter, we spoke about him having an issue earlier in the race. Sammy Lunatic, not sure what's going on with her. She's right here behind Tiller in the 15. JCR Greg the Best, he's one of the guys that did not have a qualifying lap. He backed out and has come back in here. Looks like he's in the mix of all the battling. Back up front, though. Sorry about that. The 87 of Fluffy still in front of Mike RPM, but that 32 has not lost them. It doesn't look like he's got quite enough to use that draft to suck right back up, but he's also not out of it so far that he's just losing ground to these two. So pretty good job there by the 32. Alan Zukov saying go Fluff. Thanks for tuning in.
Butters in. We're back. Yep, sorry about that, Butters.
Everyone's starting to get really, really loose right now. It's, oh boy. Oh, please don't spin back up and come in.
Is there a wreck back there?
13 about lost it coming out of 4.
Somebody just lost it. Just seen it happen. Sorry, not to cut you off. 17 was bouncing off the wall, collected the 21 of Sludge. 13 back into the wall. That's DK Brown as he's able to hold it up pretty good. Most of the drivers get back around him. Yeah, these loose setups here, I'm assuming we're getting ready for pit stops, and once they pit, I'm seeing a handful of drivers that'll be making some adjustments fairly quick.
Yeah. So
5-wide Phoenix. Sorry, go ahead.
It's 21 laps to go. We should see pit stops here within the next 8 to 10 laps.
Pit stops are starting now as Bad Fast Marley and that 17 is pulled off. I believe that to be a little bit too early. If your truck's already fallen off and you're having issues and then you pit this early, 22 of DB to Best is up and in the wall. But if you're pitting now, it's a little too early because then you're going to have to run almost full fuel tank to be able to make it to the end. 5-wide Phoenix out there on YouTube. Thanks for tuning in, Phoenix. Always good to have you out there.
Yeah, right now you can make it on fuel, but there's no way that you're not going to have a whole lot of tires left right now.
15 of Tiller just went through the grass as we're riding along with you, Travis, right now, simply because you were next in line as I hit the X button. As you're going around, is that Blaney in the 44? Yeah, Blaney in the 44. You're going to the inside of him. What position are you in now? Is that 9th?
I'm in 10th, Blaney's in 9th.
Okay, so it's battle for 9th. I knew I was somewhat close to something, being accurate.
Where's the lead packet on the track?
They're going into turn 1 and 2 right now.
Okay.
I believe Country Caliber, somebody just had a lag spike because they about left the
Racehead has lost those top two, so Fluffy and Mike RPM are just taking off right now in that 87 and 16. Not to be not expected here. A little different not seeing the... Ooh, as Fluffy almost catches the wall as he came up really high off the exit of 4. I don't know if that was intentional or if he was getting a little tight. I know that some people, when they put like their cup setup into these trucks, it feels really good out the gate, but then gets really, really tight on the end. So, let's see, Phoenix out there supporting my buds. Gunner in here tonight. No, Caleb Hunt raced last night. Phoenix, I guess you missed that one. And I don't know if that's 88 or the 98 about to go a lap down as they're headed to pit road right now.
Yeah, 88's on pit road.
That's
on pit road right now.
The 88's Hellraiser, I believe, yeah.
That must be one that, because I have ditch. Is that ditch or no? For the 88?
No, that's Hellraiser.
Okay.
Ditch switched over to the, I think he's the 21 on Wednesday.
Since I'm on the broadcast, though, and I don't know if he's listening as part of the Country Caliber, is starting to rubber band quite a bit in front of me.
Okay, thank you. That's Butters. That's the truck that Chewy's running, the number 20.
Got his midnight truck, Butters. Oh, Dinkcake struggling coming off pit road. Looks like me last night.
He wasn't on pit road, I don't think, because he was actually going down the front stretch.
Well,
he may have missed pit road.
Yeah, I'm actually riding along with the 98. I see the lag on my end. It looks like he's just kind of doing a quick left and right twitch. That is very difficult to pass. I don't see the rubber band, but I'm seeing the twitches. But of course, I'm not on track, and it's always different per person's vision. So.
Looks like he's coming down pit now. That's the Caliber is.
The Bear coming to pit road. Have our leaders come to pit road yet?
DK Brown on pit road now.
Robbie's in the lead.
If Robbie's in the lead, I'm going to say yes. Ooh, the hitter coming out on pit.
I see him pulling off now.
I don't know if that was the exit of pit road. I'm assuming so, but the 24 truck came off pit road a little high, if so. Otherwise, he just got really loose entering. But it looks like Robbie's going to be... He showed the signal that he'll be going to pit road this time.
That's why.
And so that should put the 56 of NRG in the lead.
He's either in the lead or on 2 tires.
Well, he was kind of in that pack.
Goes by.
He was in that pack with Robbie, so they were still side by side when Robbie pulled over to pit. So I'm assuming the 56 to have not pit yet. Robbie, you got a copy? Was NRG racing you for position there?
Yeah, he was, buddy.
Okay, so it's confirmed. 56 is the race leader, still staying out here. We seen this last night too. A few of the guys that waited until the fuel was completely empty. It's kind of catch-22 because you're losing so much time while you're staying out there, and you're probably going to lose a bunch of positions after this is all said and done. You'll be fast as he signals to pit now, but the reason I call it catch-22 is some of these guys didn't get adamant fuel run practices. You know, they check to make sure their truck's feeling good on the long run, but they don't necessarily pay attention to the fuel gauge while practicing. And so this might be the first time that the 56 has thought about running to see how long he can make it on fuel for when stage 3 happens. Does he have to back it down, or can he run at that pace that he was running? So if I were to guess, I'd say that's probably what he was doing. Yeah, I was last night I had wrecked. I was way back in 18th, right? So when you're running all by yourself, there's no reason to not back it down and see what you can make it on fuel, you know?
Try stuff out, right?
Well, of course I say that, but then I actually pit early, so I pit early so I could come out and see how much fuel I was saving, even when I had the 4 fresh tires in the fuel gear. Looks like Fluffy has pulled ahead of the 16 of Mike RPM. Go ahead, Piccolo, what were you saying?
Nothing. I was just saying to you last night, the in-race recorder, you know, lying to you, saying you're going to do one thing, doing something else. I see you. Have to keep an eye on you.
No, I mean, I did exactly what I said. I put it in fourth gear. I had it in fuel gear. I was on a Sunday drive. I had just already pit because I know what the truck will do, how easy it is to save at the end of a run when you're running lower lap times, then put it in fuel gear. I know you can save a lot. But how good is your truck at saving on the beginning of the run is sometimes really important just as much. Yeah, Fluffy has a pretty good lead here in that 87. I'm a little surprised he's got this big of a lead. I really thought the 16, the 40, I thought those guys would be up there. DK Brown, I'm really shocked that he's got such a loose truck tonight. I didn't see that out of him. He's a top 5. Yeah, he's in that 13 truck, which, by the way, is the most winningest truck in GC Sports. Not to keep throwing that out there, but it is facts.
Facts.
Simply because Evo won that one Tuesday.
Yep, simply because of that.
I'm just playing.
We appreciate that, Evo.
Racehead sitting back here, is he still in third? That looks like the 74 in front of him. Robbie, what position are you in?
Just took the pick.
Alright, I'm going to try to find Robbie here. He's somewhere on track.
He's in the front stretch.
In front of the 51 of Greg the Best. The Bear's in front of him, so I'm assuming him to be in fourth. The 22 of DB the Best in front of him should be third. Mike RPM in front of him, so Robbie's in fifth. Then the 51 sixth. Seventh is, no, that's the 88. I think he's a lap down. That's the 98, so that might be seventh. And then maybe the 17 behind him. Yep, 17, and then 56, so 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and Robbie gets really loose there on exit. He's mowing the grass. I did that last night too, lost a whole bunch of positions. Didn't pan out good for me.
A lot of guys are having
wow,
right now.
That was the glitch.
Robbie, I'm coming around, buddy.
I'll slow down now.
Yeah, so I'm assuming that the 32 of Racehead had a pit road speeding penalty because he was only just like,
That's
half a second, maybe a second off.
There, right?
What? Where?
In that pack, he was the one that was just a hair behind him.
Yeah, he'd actually fell down to about a second and a half behind him. Now he's going around the 88. But like I said, I'm assuming him to have a pit road penalty because, yet again, that's something that people don't practice. And Chicago's kind of a tricky pit road to get onto.
Man, it's tough, isn't it?
Yeah, your usual is right as you come off the corner, you kind of hit the brakes. You got plenty of time to be able to get down in there. But here at Chicago, once you get on the brakes, it's going to push you to the outside of that. Hellraiser going down to the inside wall. He got loose off too. But that pit road here, when you go to get on the brakes, it actually pushes you to the edge of that orange cone that you need to be. All 4 tires have to be inside and be able to pit. So it's easy to miss pit road here, as well as it's really easy to go too fast. How many laps you guys got left?
In front of that 13 there. What position you in, buddy?
9th.
Heck yeah.
Right where he started. Fluffy catching up on Denkate. The guy you picked?
Yep.
He said no commentator's curse. Hey, Trav or Robbie, whenever you guys get a chance, can you guys let me know the laps count left on stage 1?
5 to go.
Just 4 to go.
Oh, 4.
I don't know who to believe here.
Lap down already?
I was thinking that too. I'm like, man, everybody's on 4 to go. Travis is just used to being a lap down. He's like, no, everybody's on 4. I'm on 5 to go. Sorry there, Trav. The Bear is here on track. I'm not sure.
Good call. Good call.
Looks like he's behind the 22, so the Bear should be running 4th place. DB the Best, good run from him. He was a top 5 truck. Although
somebody just lagged out. I don't know who it was.
Probably whoever's on pit road.
It looks like Country Caliber.
After the lag issues that we'd seen earlier, he's now gone. See you later, bye.
Power to that.
So whoever it was in our first broadcast that said they were just here to watch Country wreck, I mean, he didn't wreck, but he lagged out. So I guess you got to see what you wanted.
It's about one and the same right now.
Yeah.
Stick around for the Travis wreck.
Yeah, only person I know so far to flip the pace car. Did that gain you a position? Was he in front of you?
Yep.
Sammy Lunatic in the inside wall. I'm really surprised to see so many people loose tonight. I don't feel like I seen the same issue last night. I don't feel like every lap somebody was getting loose and shooting to the inside. Well, I knew people were loose, but I don't think that I seen it as drastic as what I'm seeing right now, where so many people are shooting all the way to the inside wall. Oh, Fluffy lapping Denkate on the last lap. That's really unfortunate to anybody else that was a lap down, whether it be a pit road speeding penalty or something along the likes, because now that Denkate goes lap down right at the end, he gets the lucky dog no matter what. I don't know what position he was or how many other people are lap down, but
I'm pretty sure that was 2 laps down with those struggles he was having.
So you're telling me Denkate was not in the top 10?
I am all but certain.
Man, Travis, congratulations. You just got a top 10 in stage 1.
How's it feel?
Well, at least I'm competitive tonight, so that makes me feel a little bit better.
I mean, I'm just throwing it out there, but being in the top 10 and competitive can be 2 different things. So our top 10 rundown, we have Fluffy, Mike RPM, DB the best, The Bear, NRG, Greg the best, Bad Fast Marley, Sludge, DK Brown, and Travis Tyson.
One of those names, not like the other.
Well, 2 of them are a lot like the other, DB the best and Greg the best. Hopefully, DB last week, he was running the top 5 all night long, and then stage 3 came, and it being his opening race, and I don't remember what happened, but something happened. Lead change, as the 17 is in front of the 87. Looks like he's pulling off. Somebody forgot to go to pit road. Yeah. Now, if he was one of the drivers, which I know he wasn't, he's actually the first driver I seen on pit road, so this is really bad for him. But if you were one of the drivers who went to pit road later, it wouldn't be so bad because you could run probably your tank empty and still be within the fuel where you can make it to the end, you know, maybe not lose a lap. But the 17, like I said, he was one of the first trucks to go down pit road, so this is really going to cost him probably a lap, if not more.
Yeah, he's going to have to come in again after coming in this guy.
Yep. 22 of DB the best, out in front, The Bear in the 40 in second, and Mike RPM going to the inside of Fluffy. And here comes your pick, Travis, Sludge, as he's looking for 4th over Fluffy. Yeah.
13 back there, too.
It's kind of another one of those things that really hurts, that the 17, you know, no harm, no foul. He didn't pit. He pulled over.
He's got really bad lag right now.
Okay.
He's starting to do what Caliber did.
But so the 17 being on the inside really hurts the 87, as you can see, as he's still under fire by the 21 of Sludge. But the 17, no harm, no foul. He forgot to pit. He pulled out of the way. But that hurts somebody who just won the stage, because now instead of starting on the inside in first, they're having to start on the outside. And as we see, like I said, he's fallen back to 4th place. He was able to get around the 21 on the outside. That's a strong move. Over to you, Picola.
That is a very strong move there. I see 13 get moved up. I couldn't tell if he was loose there or not, but hopefully he got things figured out there on the stage break.
He's trying to. He's still having a momentary loss of grip.
Hunty out there on YouTube, thanks for tuning in. Trav, got a question. This is more, this didn't come from YouTube. This came from the broadcaster. Just wanting to know, but is the towel still clean?
Yes, this towel is still clean. I probably, we'll see how I do, and I might have to throw in a towel, so. But in a
We
good
see Trav pull off for a second. We know where he went.
Yeah, and he's not getting pizza delivered to him. He's got some other issues going on in that O2 truck. Really good to see him putting in the effort, though.
I'm Tony Stewart right now, so I'm not going to go shower if I don't have to.
Somebody throw in the water bottles. Travis may need them at the end of this race.
Racing with the stomach bug is not fun.
Robbie, how you doing over there, bud?
Splendid.
You're not in first.
Nope.
You're also not in last, so you're not doing bad.
You're ahead of Chewy.
It looks like the 02 is in front of you, though.
Yeah.
That can't be good. Right, so Robbie, you see him back here. He's just behind the 32 of Racehead, just in front of Chewy in the 20. Boy, you're back there with Chewy. Yeah, yikes. Right, so Sammy Lunatic, I believe her to be a lap down, so I'm not sure. I don't know if that's true, but I seen her get loose and hit the inside wall a couple times there in that last stage. So maybe she was able to stay on the lead lap.
Dicey up front here, guys. We're getting 3 and 4 wide up here.
Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have said anything about Sammy Lunatic because she got tight, went up, smashed the wall, and just spun out there in 1 and 2.
Oh, no.
Yeah, sorry, Sammy.
I see her on the weekly or the daily every time.
Up front, we got the 40 in the lead, 16 on the inside of the 87 and the 51. That might be your issue. I'm riding along with 51 now to see if I can still see the lag that you were talking about. Currently, I'm not seeing it. But there has been reports of slight lag out of the 51 as the 87 going to the inside of the 40 for the lead. That's the Fluffy, the Bear, and Mike RPM up there battling 1, 2, 3 right now with JCR, Greg the Best, and NRG rounding out your top 5.
Your pick's looking pretty strong so far, I must say there, Teddy.
Yeah, I mean, he wrote me about 3, 4 o'clock this afternoon, said that he was going to be there. From that moment on, he was my pick. It hasn't differed yet. He got the pole. He won stage 1. He's winning stage 2 right now. I'm feeling pretty confident with my pick. Who picked Bear? That was Robbie, Graf. Who did you even pick? I don't even remember. Oh, yeah, you picked your truck, the 13, shocker.
They're all up there.
Yeah, true. And Sludge, yeah, Sludge is up there too. I keep saying that's Greg, or not Greg the Best, that was DB the Best, but that's Sludge sitting there. Oh, Bear hits the wall hard off of 2. That's not good.
I don't know. I think we're coming up to some kind of flat car.
Yeah, the 44. 44, yeah. Not good for him. Something happened to that 44 machine that is not good.
No, I just hope no one tries to go underneath him because I don't think he's a little nervous right now.
Yep, 21 just went underneath him.
He can stay up there and not come back down.
Nope, just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Oh, 21 comes down a little bit too low across the nose of the 13. No harm, no foul. Looks like 13 lifted, and so they're still going forward at this time being. The 56 is on the outside behind the 44. I'm really surprised. I don't know what happened to the 44. I was thinking at first maybe he was coming off pit road or something, but doesn't look to be the case. And he's not really pulling these guys. That's why I say that wasn't the case. Is if you had the 4 freshies, he should be able to pull.
Hard on the wall.
Yeah, just seen him get up there a little bit in the rubble. Not much grip up there.
Oh boy.
Ooh, the hitter. Looks like he's on pit road. He's done for the night in that number 24 machine.
I'm on the back end of Sledge now.
The 88 of Hellraiser on pit road. Not moving in that 88 machine.
Oh, no.
I've got Robbie right behind me here.
Yep. Robbie and both our in-race porters battling hard out here on the track. 0-2 and 00. About to both get passed by the 32 as he's coming on strong, but Robbie throws a block. And is that the Bear in the wall again, I believe, up front?
In the wall.
Yeah, Bear is getting really, really tight right now. I can see that coming out of the corner.
Got a 7th viewer on YouTube. I feel like it's picking up out there. All right, thanks for tuning in, guys. You know, like a little bit of talk from you guys would be cool too. Give us something a little more to talk about, other than this great action that's going on the track. Yep, Robbie still hasn't passed Travis. Travis, what spot you in?
I'm in 9th.
Okay, so Robbie now outside the top 10 as Racehead gets around him in that 32 after I believe Robbie just caught the wall.
32 back there. You think he can get back up to the front? He's pretty strong. You mentioned he probably got a speeding penalty or something.
You know,
Sledge is walking really, really hard right now.
It looks like he's not wanting to just ride in line like he wants to get up there.
yeah, it looks like 0-2 of Travis. He just got a little bit of contact to the 21 after telling us here in my ear that he was not happy with the blocks that the 21 was putting on. I think Travis is going to start second-guessing before he picks Sludge as his race winner from here on out. I feel like that was not a good pick for him. But
I think both your in-race reporters are going to be second-guessing because the Bear's struggling.
Yeah, but I mean, Robbie hasn't like had a on-track incident with the bear yet, though, so he can't be mad at his pick.
Well, the bear's going backwards, so it could happen at any time.
Yeah, the bear looks like he's back here behind. He's right in front of you. That can't be good for the bear, but he's right behind Energy. Energy showed to have some speed up front.
Looking very similar to stage 1, isn't it?
No, because the 32's not in third. The 51 is. But the other two trucks, 87 of Fluffy, 16 of Mike
I didn't know
RPM.
he was
He's got
pitting.
about the
Oh,
same
man.
gap. Third place car
Oh,
does.
shit.
Uh,
So you could.
You're good.
The 22 didn't give. I guess he was going low to pit, and nobody knew it. And me, the 56, and the 40 about ran into him there. So now I'm in fifth. Everybody else had to whoa up, and that was almost a big wreck.
Yep, 21, 22, both on pit road. See it there on your screen. NRG back here in that battle that Travis was just talking about. Travis in the top 5. How cool is that? Mike RPM, I just seen him on pit road. The 87 did not pit with him, so the 16 by himself, as Bad Fast Marley in the 17 going what I would believe to be another lap down, as he is the one that pit early.
And just so we haven't done this in a while, just to let you know real quick, it's 15 to go.
15 to go, and pit road is just now becoming a thing. So I guess these drivers are kind of all at this point trying to decide how long they can go on their fuel. It's a bold move. I think, though, with the 87 still being on track, actually, did the 87 just pit?
He just pitted. 13's the leader.
So I believe that to be 2 laps later than the 16. I think that's going to play a huge role in the 16 of Mike RPM taking the lead here. Kevin Kepley out there, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in.
What's up, buddy?
Isn't that the Slayer of Fires?
Yep, that's him. He says he's looking for a new name. Anybody got any recommendations for him?
I think just to switch around of Fire Slayer to what Kevin said, Slayer of Fires.
There you go, bud. Heard it here first.
Robbie coming off pit road.
I'm really thinking anybody that's staying out now that we're coming down to, what, 12 to go this time by?
Hitting now.
So it should be 12 or 13 laps to go this time by. Ooh, 40 gets into the back of the O2.
I got hit.
Yeah. Yep, we see it. Still wrecking. You got hit again. 44 wrecked on the front stretch. Also, not good. Not good, bub.
Yeah, I went down twice trying to avoid it. But
13 spun.
40
Well,
just plowed in the back.
I don't know what happened there, but the 13 having issues also. So the O2 truck, Travis Tyson, is not enjoying any of our picks right now.
Everyone.
Yeah, I got
23.
down as low as I could. I'm just glad that I was able to keep it in gear and I didn't get a complete stop, but I still lost a lot of time.
Fire Slayer said he hates you, Picola, and honestly, Fire Slayer, don't even worry. So does most of the league here.
That's true.
Out front, the 87 is back in front of the 16 after the pit cycle. So, whenever Robbie, who you got as the leader?
56.
NRG still on track. Oh, that was weird. I went to change trucks. It changed trucks and view all at the same time. Billy Holcomb out there. What's up, Billy? Thanks for tuning in. Good talk from the rest of the broadcast team, apparently.
What's up? What's up?
Oh.
Dang Kate. Come on, man.
Blaney's not happy. Blaney apparently wrecked as the 13 was trying to get on pit road and caused Blaney to disconnect.
So Fluffy's got back by RPM.
Yeah, but they're not in the lead. The 56 still yet to pit of NRG. They got to be down to
Sammy's I'm behind Sammy right now. She's in third, so she hasn't pitted yet.
So they got to be down to, what, 8-9 laps? I'm assuming Sammy Lunatic being in third is what Travis just said. In front of them, the 74 maybe in second.
Possibly. 56 is still leading, so we know he can make it for a long time.
Butter said, "Don't worry, Gator. He likes you." But unfortunately, he's the only one. Yeah. I heard if you butter Gator, it's like chicken. tried.
But then,
Brinkerhoff says, look at this peanut gallery. I hear you.
You still got the 56s leader?
nope, 10 is the leader now, 56 just pitted.
Sammy Lunatic's the leader. We know she hasn't yet to pit. She's in a wreck earlier, so she had to have been a lap down, so she's definitely out here trying to go as far as she can. I'm assuming when she goes to pit, if she's able to, then
She's pitting right now.
Yep. We'll see it live on screen. But I'm assuming this to be a two-tire stop at probably at worst.
Well, I don't know. I mean, that's a strategy that, you know, I've tried in a couple places.
No, I don't think it's she's not trying to win the stage with the two tires. She wrecked earlier, right? So she's probably lost a lap, and because of that, she tried staying out as long as she can, do the two tires to be able to come out in front of the leaders. And with little amount of laps, what are we at, 5 to go? Hoping that she can stay in front of the leaders without losing that lap again.
We'll see. I think we're right now at 7 to go, so I just passed by. So the leaders are taking 6 to go. I'm still on the lead laps presently.
Sledge and DB are running next to each other, so you can tell where they're at. That's nice. I get those trucks confused so easy. Chewy and Travesty racing. Oh boy, watch out.
Coming up on Tiller really quick.
What position are y'all in?
14th and 15th. Then we have this big group ahead of us here, so it's going to be a battle for whoever gets stage point.
I'm watching the battle right now with Bear and NRG. Bear gets tight on exit, makes a little contact with the 56. Not sure what position this is for, but there with Racehead, they just got around Denke. NRG actually able to make the move on the outside and get around the Bear. I think a lot of that simply because of how tight the 40 truck is. But he's pulling away from the 42, so also, yeah, that's right, the 56 was one of the last ones to pit, so he's got the fresher tires out of the bunch. Riding around with Travis, were you able to get the, I'm not sure what happened, you lost a little bit of ground to that group?
Yeah, she pulled away, but 15 and 17 and 15 are coming to me, so I'll at least get a couple more spots. Leader just took 3 to go.
3 laps to go for the 87. That would be Cody Giles, the Fluffy, in that machine. I believe Mike RPM still in second, but now that the 87 has fresher tires than the 16, I feel like it's going to be pretty difficult for the 16 to gain any ground and or, of course, make a pass. Riding along here with the 13 of DK Brown. He's right in front of the 74. That would be He Gone. Robbie racing. Robbie, what position you running in here?
6, but I'm about to lose it.
Yeah, energy on those fresh tires is coming up on you hot. Robbie gives way knowing that he couldn't hold off. There's only 2 laps to go, and looks like energy is going to dive to the inside and take the position, and that's Racehead coming up on you as well. So the battle for 6th, well, now it's going to be the battle for 7th is going to be heating up as we get ready to take the white flag. There was a good group of drivers right there behind you. I believe that to be the nope, that's not Travis's group. Maybe it was this group. I couldn't tell really. Oh, as Fluffy is now going around the 10. So the strategy for the 10, she definitely took the 2 tires. Fluffy's going around here, but this is the last lap for Fluffy. So this plan of the 10s is really going to work out because now she's going to get the lucky dog at the end of the stage. Anybody else a lap down behind her, this is really horrible for you. But for Sammy Lunatic, being in that wreck, she did what she had to do by staying out really late like that and taking the 2-tire stop, I'd assume. Maybe it was just fuel. Oh, actually, Fluffy lifted, let the 10 go. And so anybody behind, whoever the first truck lap down behind the 10 is going to get the lucky dog.
Don't quit just yet.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Oh man, that wreck on trying to get on pit road, that just destroyed my top 10th spot there. So
Still on the lead lap though, right?
oh yeah.
I'm glad you didn't
How
say your
many
truck
do we
because
have
I
on the
was.
lead lap?
We have currently 17 on the lead lap. Bad Fast Marley's going to get the lucky dog. Then Kate is 3
Wow.
laps down.
All
That
right,
was
top
huge
10.
for Bad Fast.
Top 10 in the stage. Fluffy, Mike RPM, Greg the best, DB the best, Sludge, Energy, Racehead, Robbie Racing, the Bear, and Hegon. Good run from Hegon there. I did not see Travis Tyson anywhere in that top 10.
No bueno.
That's what happens when the bear goes and mauls you right there in the Grimmy Pit Road.
Don't poke the bear.
What happens if the bear pokes you?
You know,
Obviously
speak
you
of that.
spin out.
What I try not to do is make the bear angry where he's going to poke me. But to each their own, you know. Back underway here, the 16 of Mike RPM is your early stage 3 leader. We seen last night nobody really wanted to be the truck in first. You really got to back it off. Like I said, this is a 4 laps here. You got to be able to save if you're going to make it on just 2 stops. If you don't care about that and you're trying to stay ahead of those guys, you're going to have to gun it right here. But the 87 doesn't seem to be trying to make any moves on the 16 right now. 15 in the grass. Not sure what's going on there. Robbie next to Chewy. Oh, I just seen the 10, I believe, of Sammy Lunatic, after being able to stay on the lead lap, just wrecked again.
Bad too. Sorry,
Oh, you're good.
Yeah, hardcore lag.
Yeah.
Out of a bunch of cars.
74 dropping back fast.
Amazing.
No, I was seeing the 74 was lagging really bad. If you're seeing the whole field lagging bad, though, yeah, you're going to have to back out, go to the loading screen, and then come back in.
I'm running this thing into
settled out.
4th gear here.
Battle up front, you see JCR Greg the best. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th place. In front of him is DB the best. We have Fluffy sitting in 2nd. Right behind Mike RPM. I don't know if that's by design, but I know that anytime Fluffy was in 2nd before, he had no plans of backing it up prior. So, putting now out there in YouTube land, thanks for tuning in. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of trucks in line, but I'm not seeing a lot of moves get made, so that simply tells me that these guys are indeed backing it off, trying to save the fuel. Really good strategy. There's still a pretty big gap from the top 3, Mike RPM, Fluffy, and the Bear, back to DB the best, and Racehead now making that move for 4th place.
It looks like this could come down to what we were talking about. If you could save and be faster than them, you know, get a gap like this, still make it on the fuel, it's going to come down to just these 3 real quick, you know.
M King out there saying what's up. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, it's really hard to go with what you were just saying, Picola, right? So when you have a big long line of like what we just had, you know, 10, 12 trucks, and you're running in a straight line, this isn't Talladega. There are lift points, and if you mess up and you're the last one in line, right, it's so easy to lose the draft and make that. Instead of a 12 truck draft, now it's 11. And then the guy that was in 11th does the same thing. Now you're down to 10. And so whenever you're the last one in line, you kind of want to make a move. So if you do mess up, you have somebody to push you back up to that draft, you know. And so nobody wants to be the one losing the ground. And because of that, you're causing yourself to lose all the ground because you're racing so hard. The 22 was out in front of the 32, right? He was holding him up. He was probably saving a little bit too much, cost him to lose the top 3. The 32 then said, well, it's time for me to go. I want to be the leader of this pack so I can stay with those guys. Well, by racing side by side with the 22 actually cost him another couple tenths. And now this whole second pack is not with the first pack, but now the 21 to the inside of the 22, the 13 going with the 21. So you got both of your guys' pick, you and Travis's pick, working together on the inside, but they're 2x2, 2 rows deep for, what's that, 4th place, while the top 3 are just walking away with it.
Right. I think we had about a 12-second gap to the top group, to the second group on our last pit stop when we come out. and we were all bunched up for the whole first run here on the stage 3. So
Let's see
this
where
could
we
be
go.
a massive gap whenever they come out.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy. But again, there's always as long as those top 3 drivers at this point hit their marks and are able to work together, they're good to go. M. King out there asked how many drivers are driving today. 23 truck drivers started the race. 3 of them have either lagged out or backed out. Because of that, we are down to 20 trucks on track right now here at Chicago for the GC Sports final console race of the week here at Chicagoland. Pretty good one so far, and Racehead is losing ground now to the 21, the 13, and the 22, so I'm not sure what's going on there, but it looks like the 21 is not in fuel save gear, as once he got out in front, those other 2 stayed behind him, and they were able to get a little ground, but then the 22 and the 13 racing brought them right back to that 32 truck.
You had mentioned, you know, you might have to throw it in the third every now and then to catch back up with them, but how long is too long in third gear where you can't save enough, you know?
I mean, it's really tricky. It's all going to depend, right? So a lot of people had the mentality last night, for example, that they wanted to save all of the fuel for the whole run, for the whole third stage, all in the first run, or do two and two to save 4, right? In reality, you only have to save 1 lap of fuel per 2 runs and 2 laps of fuel in 1 run. So if you want to save the 2 now, that's going to make you faster at the end. But what is it going to cost you? I know, for example, last night, I actually saved the 2 laps in both the first and the second run while out in front, right? But because I was the leader of the pack, I could control the pace of the whole front pack. And once they tried passing me, I'd kick it into third, get back out in front. Therefore, I'm not losing the pack. The pack has to stay with me. And that seems to be what the 87, the 16, and the 40 are. Now, we know those guys are buddies, right? And the 87 is back in the lead, 16 and 40 trying to catch back up to him. But was that by design? The 16 led for so many laps, and now the 87 is in the lead, 40 going around the 16. Is the 16 falling off or trying to save too much, or is this by design where he's going to be the third one in line to be able to save the max amount of fuel now?
Right, yeah, he's probably thinking he's not going to hit his number, so get behind him and ride.
It's really, in stage 3, it's really hard to tell. We know that the 87 and the 16 have been the 2 top trucks all night. We've seen the 40 having issues. He was really tight. Looks like pit road adjustments. He's got it running better as he's up there with those guys. But is that even the scenario, or is he still dealing with a tight truck? But, these guys are making sure that he's able to stay with the draft.
They look fast.
Country Caliber out there, a.k.a. Daddy, just said that he loves you, Picola.
Oh, I love you, Country. Keep your pants on now, though.
M. King, I really appreciate that. He said, very nice. Y'all have your act together for sure. It's hard to find a good league. I really appreciate that, man. And I hope you keep tuning in and maybe get a hold of me.
Somebody else.
Well, that's not what I want to hear. Country Caliber's out. The 74, if he gone, that was the one that was lagging real bad. He's gone. 44, Blaney's gone. Hellraiser's gone. And Hitter's gone.
Oh,
So we lost 5.
We got a big wreck. Big wreck. Front stretch.
Oh,
51,
wow.
56 involved.
56 of
51 just
energy.
went to the moon.
Did he flip real bad?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I lost a lot of time trying to. I didn't have to head back down on that.
You should have just aimed for it and gone.
Well, I had one on one side, one on the
Trust
other.
me.
Aim right for him and go. Country Caliber said he lagged up for no reason. Listen, Country, I'm just throwing it out there, but we actually kind of seen that one coming. I mentioned it in the chat. You were lagging really bad on the screen, so you were rubber banding like no tomorrow. So we kind of all seen that lag out happen before it happened.
Robbie and Chewy just got into it.
Yeah. Sorry, mate. I don't know how many lanes you want. You know what I mean?
That sounds about right.
Man, we have got so many cars on pit road.
Yeah, I believe NRG has called it a night after that big wreck. He's usually one of those guys that he's only in the race until about the time that he wrecks, and then he says, I've had enough of this, I'm out. Sometimes it happens on lap 1, sometimes it happens on lap 149. So, pitch strategy, right? this is going to be completely different than what we've seen in the other stages. Sometimes you want to split the stage, sometimes you want to run it dry, sometimes you want to pit as soon as pit road opens, right? But here in stage 3, these drivers have to run the tank empty. And what's interesting to see is I'm still seeing the 87, the 40, and the 16. They kind of every now and then get racy. I don't know if that's by design or what's going on, but I know that the 16 led a few laps. Now he's in the back. 87 is leading the laps now, but he's been doing this all race and staying out longer than the 16. So I don't really know where I was going with that, but right, so these guys going faster, they're so far ahead of the rest of the field that if they don't have to run this speed, they could back it down a lot more if they wanted to, right?
You would think so.
But they're not. They're still going ahead.
There's only 4 cars behind them, and then there's a big gap behind them also.
Yeah.
You know, you can back it down and save even more, but
I mean, but the thing is, right, so those 3 have a good lead, but you don't want to back it down so far that the next 4 are now in contention. You want to be, basically at this point in time, with the gap that's between them and that second pack, the race is decided between those 3. If those 4 catch, now it's a 7 truck pack to decide who's going to win. As, I mean, the gap from 7th to 8th, I mean, that's insurmountable. I don't think anything that happens on pit road is going to decide, let the guy in 8th catch these leaders, unless all 7 of them get a pit road penalty.
Robbie, are you in that 3rd group there? It looks like I see a red car.
Yeah.
He's racing shoe right now.
Red truck, sorry.
No, he's in an orange truck. Robbie's in an orange truck.
Warpig says, stay in it, people. Talking about your strategy to approaching the wrecks.
Dude, always aim where it is. They won't be there by the time you get there. Now, if they're stopped dead already, that's a bad idea. Like, they're probably not going to move.
For some reason wants to race Robbie really bad. I don't know why.
Well, I mean, nobody wants to just ride around and file. Ain't nobody want to do that. Looks like 17 really wants to race the O2. I like
I
it.
just left in 5 lanes. Dude, you want to go? Go.
Robbie not being good friends with the 20 right now, or the 20 not being good friends with the 00. Red on orange crime here happening on the track. Let's stay with that one. Apparently they're not giving each other enough room, and they're not enjoying it. 20 goes from the inside lane to the wall. 00 gets the position.
Please do not come down, Chewy. Swear to God.
To the fans of the Chew, the Chew is having a hard time right now in that 20 as
He's bitten off more than he can chew right now.
I would imagine we're getting down to the end of this first segment of stage 3, and pit road should be a busy place here within the next 5 laps, maybe?
I think Racehead just came, I believe he was the 4th car in that second pack there.
We got 55 laps to go, and yeah, it's going to get a little heavy.
Yep, it was Racehead.
It's a little too early to pit right now as you get 24 laps in the tank. So if you're pitting now with 55 to go, you still have a ways to save. You still have about 6 laps to save.
Oh, yeah.
I would not want to play with this right now.
As up front, we have a new race leader. The 40 of the Bear has surpassed the 87 of Fluffy. Again, I'm not sure that this isn't by design. Fluffy has led just about every lap of the race, except for apparently when he wants to let somebody go by him. The 3 goes down to the apron and then goes back to the wall. Not sure. Looks like he's got a loose truck. The 16 of Mike RPM still trying to hang on. But yeah, Fluffy sitting in second is something that we have not seen all night long. So I can only imagine that this is to try to save a little bit more fuel in that 87 machine.
Oh, yeah, you have to believe that. Looks like the 13's starting to lose these 2 here in the second pack now. Man, I hope we can keep with them. They are signaling. Can't tell if that's DB or the best or Sludge, of course. Well, that's another one that's probably a little too short on fuel there.
Yeah, I would say if it was the 21, it was probably Sludge. If it was 22, it was probably DB. But, you know, what do I know?
It looked like the Thor trucks.
Well, the 2 yellow and silver ones are on pit road together. We don't have to worry about which one's on track because neither of them are.
It was Sludge.
Yeah, because DB
Oh,
the Best is
13.
on screen right now. Yeah, 13 got loose and went through the grass. Here comes Denkate trying to make a move. Probably won't happen, but Denkate looking good and getting a few seconds on screen. Looks like the 16's the only lead truck out there, as there you see it now, the 40 and the 87 on pit road together. The 87 even pushing the 40 down pit road. Gotta love it. Teamwork at its finest.
How many laps are left, Robbie or Trav?
We are coming up on 50 to go here.
I'd say that's close enough to the window there.
That's right in the ballpark. Last night when I made my first stop, it was 51 to go, and I was still able to hold it off there. So yeah, these guys are definitely in the ballpark to be able to make it off one more stop. But again, they can't come out and get real racy and try to be in that fast gear right out the gate, because you're still 48 laps right now is where you would need to be able to run the whole thing wide open, and nobody's at that point right now. So
I'm pitting now. Bear's behind me. I hope he doesn't hit me.
So Travis pitting now when there should be 49 to go, coming to 48 to go. He's actually sitting in a cat burglar seat to gain some positions here in that 02. Basically what we're getting at here is the later you're able to pit now, the faster you can go in the next two stages compared to those that pit earlier. As Mike RPM back on track now. Yeah, you're still going to have to back down and save, but we talked about it in the pre-race. It's not going to be a question of who's saving. It's going to be a question of who can save the fastest. '17 of Bad Fast Marley just now on pit road for his first stop. I believe we're at, what, 47 to go? Thanks for the answer there, Interested Reporter. Mike RPM lost a lot of ground. Remember, he pit 2 laps later than the 40 and the 87. So the 40 and the 87 up to speed while drafting. We're able to pull on this 16. So let's see. The 16 is back here behind the 21 of Sludge. He's sitting in 5th place right now.
We don't believe Racehead or Sludge can make it on fuel, right? Because they are closing on the leaders.
As Larry McReynolds said, I think they made their bed. They're going to have to sleep in it.
That yet again is really it's a tricky question, because they may have pit early this time by, and they might be trying to do the more harder saving in the third part of stage 3, you know, whereas everybody else might have tried to save the max amount in this first part before pitting. Those two may have decided, you know what, let's just save 1 lap now, save 1 lap second set, try to get a big lead over everyone and back it down in the third after our final stop and save the 2 laps then.
Right. Yeah, you're seeing Mike RPM close that gap, having gone an extra lap or so.
Yeah, like we said, saving that 1 lap that he was able to save more means that's 1 lap that he does not have to back it down for, and it takes 4, 5, 6 laps to be able to save 1 lap of fuel. So he's got 4, 5, 6 laps that he can go at a harder pace than what these guys are to try to gain the ground and or make a pass and maybe get a little bit of a lead over them. I'm still, man, I don't see that 40 and the 87, man. It's going to be tough to do anything to them. That pit strategy that they had really worked. The 87 behind the 40 now, after the 40 rode around behind the 87 for so long. They pit together, they come out together, they're still drafting together. Yeah, I mean, but the 21, he's coming on strong to catch him.
Yeah, that's why I was asking. I don't know that he can make it on field, but if he can, man.
Well, but he might also realize that maybe his gear's not a good enough gear that he can save it while running by himself regardless, so he's got to catch these guys to be able to ride behind them to save the fuel.
Yeah. There wasn't really any big packs. We got split up pretty early.
I got by Denkate safely. It was scary, but I got by him.
What position are you running in?
I'm in 11th.
Robbie, where you at, buddy?
8.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Robbie, Tiller, and Bad Fast, and then me going by the front stretch right now.
Our friend Chewy's fallen off, I see.
I'm pretty sure he got pretty flustered there, and probably overdrove it or something.
You know, that when you see some of the names in this race, it's hard for somebody like Chewy. This is his first race of the season here with these guys, and he was running not too bad. You got Robbie on as an in-race reporter in the broadcast booth, kind of calling him out there for struggling to hold his line. It's pretty easy to get flustered.
Yep. I agree, man. Back to you.
Not back to you, man.
21 making it past the 87 there. Looking on the inside of the 40.
Sorry, man, I'm doing a little double duty here, going silent a little bit. The wife just got home, so I'm cooking a little bit of dinner as we're doing the in-race broadcasting here.
I hear you.
Yeah, so the 16...
You're not eating ice cream, so that's good.
Man, I don't want you to hit a pace car or something. The 16 out there has caught up to that other pack of the 40 and the 87, and I got to agree with you that the 21 has laid his bed. He knows he can't make it on fuel. He's trying to give her everything she's got. These three he may not be able to beat these guys if they're on the fuel strategy, but he may be able to beat the rest of the field, as there is a big gap from those three back to everybody else. And
Right.
so maybe one of them has a pit road penalty this next time, and well, this next pit would be their last pit. So he's hoping all three of them have a problem on pit road this time.
And that second group, they had 4 cars, but they all went with different strategies. So now they're all kind of by themselves. So he might be, running the best strategy there. If they're going to try to save by themselves.
M King out there, right? So both Facebook and PSN write the name Aquataddy on Facebook. Profile picture would be a Ryan Blaney car, and on PSN it's pretty easy. Just write me there, and we'll get everything squared away. But yeah, if you're interested, we run slider setups and custom setups. So just go ahead and reach out to me. We also have an iRacing league on Fridays. Gotta get our little recruitment plug in.
Heck yeah. I think we got North Wilkesboro tomorrow on iRacing. Throwback.
I was really hoping you would just know the answer, as of everyone in the booth right now. You're the only one that does the whole iRacing thing, but leave it to Picola to not be for sure about anything.
I'm pretty sure that's where it's at.
Robbie, where are you sitting at, bud?
England.
Where are you sitting at on the track?
He's in 10th.
Turn 4.
Yeah.
Is that a race for position between you and Tiller?
Yeah.
Oh, man, I think the best is turning the jets on here.
Which one? We got 2.
Yeah, there's 2.
He just passed me for 11 with Greg the best.
That'd be the 22 truck.
Nope. JCR Greg the best is
Oh,
the 51.
yeah, you said Greg the best. Yep, that's the 51. Yep. He was involved in that wreck earlier, I think, because that he went off in pit, so he is not on that strategy of trying to save fuel. He's got to give her all she's got to try to catch up. And now I knew how you knew that Robbie was in 10th, because you're behind him, outside the top 10. Shocker.
Yep.
I mean, Travis, you're doing really good tonight. You have not lost a lap at all. You actually got to pass the bear for the first time all season, where you were actually the one making the move. You got to feel pretty good about how you run here at Chicago.
Yeah, I'd like to have the, second stage back, and I've gotten rammed into there. Could have gotten some more stage points, but We're on a good strategy right now, just trying to maintain it, and I just don't want to be bad like here on this last pit stop.
Yeah, there's a gaggle up front as Chewy's going a lap down, and he's in this mix of 4 leaders. The 23 also a lap down, so they're racing for position. Chewy's doing a pretty good job holding his line right now.
Like RPM
Is in second.
ahead of these two.
Yeah, he's been up there about 5-6 laps now.
Yeah, but he went longer than them on fuel, so that's showing, you know, that he could go faster, get in front of them. He's sitting better on fuel.
Yeah, but
Go
man,
a little bit longer here.
I struggle so hard on these fuel strategy races because same as man, it's like a broken record. But are they trying to save 2 laps now? Did they save just 1 lap before, try to save the 2 now, and then do 1 on the next run? Or are they possibly trying to save all 3 laps that they need this time so they can run wide open next time?
Right. Well, we'll know this time when they pit. If he can stretch it a lap or 2 longer, man, he's shown the speed to catch them. Now, granted, they're saving, but interested to see how this will play out for him.
Yeah, he has shown the fuel gear to be able to catch them. He is doing pretty good there in that 16 truck. You know, and I'm sure, especially after last week, these same drivers, Mike RPM and Bear, they fell just short to Robbie Racing last week as they chose not to do the fuel strategy. And at a short track like Dover, it almost panned out to not do that, you know, because you can gain so much ground on somebody. But here at a track like Chicago, I mean, it's hard to make up a lap. If the leader's able to lap you, it's hard to go a 30-second lap around the track and gain that much time compared to a, 15 to 20-second lap time.
Right. How many laps we got?
Yeah, we'll find out here in a minute.
I see the 32 Racehead on pit road right now. If there's not 25 laps left, then the 32 will not be able to make it on fuel.
I'm pretty sure he won't. I don't think we're anywhere near there. Let's see. 30 to go. So, yeah. It's going to definitely be a few laps short.
Which that's about right. After he pit this last time, we said he was still going to have to save about 5 laps, and I think he realized he couldn't do it, so he never even tried, and so he's still about 5 laps short on the fuel.
Yep.
Now, a positive is if you don't think you can win the race, right, and Denkate all over the place right in front of the 40, and the 40 gets hit by the 3, the 40 goes down onto the apron after. 16,
yeah, never did anything like that. So
really bad lag out of the 16 right now. I'm sorry, what'd you say, Trev?
Yeah, at least I never did anything like that.
Yeah, up here at the front, I just watched Mike RPM do a really bad rubber band lag, and it actually just cost both the 87 and the 40 both a lot of time. That big gap that you're seeing behind the 16 is not because the 21 and the 16 just pulled out and took off. It's because of that lag issue that had just happened. 21 signaling he's going to be pitting this time by.
I need a lag switch like that.
You need a laxative?
28 to go, so he's going to be short.
20, yeah, that's going to be hard to make on the 21. But again, like the 32, he's one of the drivers we were saying this whole time that we didn't think they could make it all the way. M King, of course, you're welcome for the information, and that's pretty cool.
Watch out, Robbie. Bracehead's coming.
NRG getting ready to go to Eldora. Heard a few people are going to be doing that, actually. Yet again, we're still on YouTube. Travis getting ready to pass Robbie Racing.
Well, Racing kind of came up behind both of us, and he's got fresher tires, and he just about ran us both over.
Well, you should have gone faster. These two are getting lapped by DB to best. He's struggling out here in that 20.
The Bear coming to pit road.
The 23 and the 10, contact on the front stretch. 23 into the grass.
Next to you.
How many laps to go there, Trev?
Should be 26.
We'll find out here in just a moment.
He's gonna have to save.
Yeah, Billy, it's pretty good racing out here. Thanks for tuning in, bud. What'd you say, Trev?
25 to go right now.
So if you pit right now, you're coming to 24 as the 16 and the 87 both coming to pit road. That means you can make it from here on out without saving fuel. Again, though, that's going to depend on your gearing, as Piccola was having the issue last night that whenever he'd get out on track and he was running his high gear, he would actually burn more fuel than what the game was saying that you had. So you might have to go out there for a lap or two in your fuel gear, or you might come out the gate going as fast as you can and then try to back it down on the last few laps to save that little bit.
Yeah, I'd rather save it on worn out tires. Use those fresh tires, run as fast as I can.
You know, I don't disagree with that, but the idea of saving the fuel while you have the fresh tires is you're not burning the tires as bad on those first 2 laps, which will actually, throughout the run, let you run a faster overall time per se for the next 20 laps instead of, you know what I mean?
Wear them out, then save. I hear you.
Right, because, I mean, when you're hitting, you know, those crazy lap times, 6, 7s, 8s, your tires are getting worse so bad on those first 3, 4 laps, and that actually sets precedent for the rest of the run. So if you back that down and still stay in the 90s, you know, lap 5, 6, you'll be running, you know, flats or something for, you know, 7, 8 laps instead of just 3 or 4. But the 3 drivers are all back together, the 16, the 87, and the 40. I don't believe them to be in the lead right now, but they are together. The 16 in front of the other 2. The 40 still having to save a couple laps of fuel is riding in 3rd, doing what he needs to do to be able to save that fuel and make it to the end.
I'm the leader right now, and I'm going to be coming to pit.
Oh god, I have to get this on screen. This truck right now is the leader. This is the 02 Travis Tyson. He is in first place. This is not a mistake on our end. He is the leader, getting ready to go to pit road.
In stage 3.
Now here in about a half lap, he will no longer be the leader. That's why I wanted to get that on screen.
I didn't.
No pressure. Are you gonna crawl all the way there or what?
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
Listen, he's got a good run going. If he wants to take it easy into pit road, I don't even blame him.
Alright, here we go.
Full send. It's go time.
Go time, baby. Look out, Fluffy. Here comes Travis Tyson. Well, I tried for you, bud.
About that.
Is the leader the 16 now?
Yep.
Yep,
16.
21.
Oh, well.
21 of sludge, but we know
21 is
he can't
putting
make
me
it on
lap
fuel.
down.
So your pick is just lap you.
Yeah.
At least your pick's in first.
So it comes down to yours or Robbie's pick. Or the 16.
What do you mean? I picked Fluffy.
That's what I said.
Oh,
Yours or
well,
Robbie's.
Sludge is still in the lead right now.
Well, he said yours isn't yours, Tony.
Yeah, but you know he ain't gonna make it.
Hateful.
Hateful.
Yeah, what if, like, with this big lead that he's got right now, if he wanted to start backing it off, he could make it.
Yeah, he could.
You just have no faith sometimes. Also, I don't think he's gonna make it.
Yeah, well, I just passed him, so I got my lap back. The other leaders are coming.
Yeah, we can see that on screen there. That pack of 3 is catching that pack of 1 real quick.
Trav's a part of the pack.
No, they're behind me.
Trav's kind of like his own pack.
Alright, somebody just came down a pit. That was Raced. Raced just pitted.
How many laps we got left? About 12?
No, we don't know that.
About 15? Are you watching a stream,
Rob.
Piccola?
No, I'm just guessing.
Robbie, where are you sitting? Where are you on track? In what position?
He's going by the start finish line in ninth.
17 laps to go and I'm ninth.
So at the time that we were asking, Piccolo was actually accurate when he said 18.
Wow.
Look at
My
you.
work
baby.
here is done.
That's right. Mic drop.
As we see, that pack of 3 has caught the 21, looking like they're going to be having one heck of a run as the 16 goes down below the 21 now. Unable to make it, 21 holds them off for the time being. But again, we believe the 21 still has to pull off and go to pit road.
Yeah, that's going to be a bad day for him to do that, too.
Yeah, so we know the 16, the 87, and the 40 are all friends, right? They should all have enough fuel to make it. Well, the 40 still had to save a little bit, but the 16 and the 87, they pit with the exact amount of laps they're going to need to, right? At what point do you start pushing the issue and try to get the lead over your buddy?
Right.
No, that was a question you were supposed to answer, not just say right.
Yep.
Decent rotor.
I hate it here.
The 16's got the 21 in between him and the 87 and the 40 there. Starting
Yeah,
to
well,
make a little gap.
we talked about it earlier, the 40 and the 87. They wanted to see, they were using the 21 as a pick to try to get by and be in second. Because that happened, the 40 and the 87 ended up side by side for so long that it cost them valuable track position, and the 16's just walking off from the 21. Now those two are going to have to work together just to catch the 16. It's a bold move, Cotton.
Killer's going to be in front of the leaders next.
I'm having a hard time getting past that 21. They might just try to be working with him at this point.
I mean, the 21 has proven all night to have a fast truck.
Oh yeah.
I would really hate for him to, like, I don't know, stop in front of the leaders.
Yeah, you gotta be worried about that, right? You know he's got to pit at some point.
Mm-hmm.
We think.
You do think every now and then?
Well, I try not to, but that's why I bring a broadcast booth in here.
Another car
Yeah,
between
it is,
him
yeah.
and them.
I think the leaders are coming. Me and Robbie are on the backstretch right now.
Are you gonna find your way into the finish again?
No, I'm not. No, I do not plan on doing that. That was because I'll be honest with you. By the time they actually do get up to me, with me going full song here, I'm gonna be too damn loose by the time they get up here. So
That's what they want to hear.
I do not want to do something where I get loose and
21 into the wall.
we have 10 laps to go. Leaders just made it 9 to go.
They are catching that 16.
Hey Robbie, is that Denkate in front of you?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
He might be in front of the leaders when sometimes they're closed.
10 to go with Denkate, about to go lap down. Oh man, if this isn't getting interesting, I don't know what is.
8 to go now. The leaders just made it 8 to go. Is he still showing in 17th, Robbie?
Mm-hmm.
Man, the 87 made it back up to the 16, but the 40 has not.
Keep in mind the 40 actually pit first of all those trucks this time, as the 87 was able to save a little more fuel and pit with the 16.
Oh, please God, I've been driving alone. Oh, Jesus. Oh my God. DMK got a new controller. I don't know what's going on there.
The 16 gets a little gap over the 87 as, how many laps to go? Actually, you focus on not wrecking the leaders. Robbie, how many laps to go?
Hey, in a sec.
Man, the leaders have to be worried right here, don't they?
DMK, don't you dare come down, dude.
Holy cow.
Leaders are coming to 5 to go.
5 laps to go for the 16 as he's got trucks going
Damn it.
side by side
Come on,
right
man.
in front of him. Denkate makes contact with the 0-2. 16's able to get around it. The 3 just wall bangs to stay out of the way.
He's got it set up nice tonight. You can keep it in the wall.
16 looking low. Yep, looking low on the 0-2. Makes a little contact with the bumper there. 87 just closed about half a second right there and goes low on the 16. Looks like the little bit of contact between the 0-2 and the 16 is going to give the lead to the 87. 4 laps to go here at Chicago. Buddies racing P1 and P2, and the 40 now closing in on both of them as they're struggling to get by that 0-2 of Travis Tyson.
Now, moving over for him.
They're going to go into turn 3, 3 wide, 2 leaders and a Travis, and here comes the Bear trying to get by Travis as well. Fluffy on the outside, Mike on the inside. Bear looking to have saved enough fuel, now seems to be full throttle. They're coming to the line, 3 laps to go. That lap it was Fluffy, I believe, that led the lap. Mike's going to follow Fluffy on the, or Bear followed Fluffy on the outside, decides to change his mind, goes down to the 16 behind him. Little bit of contact, no contact. They held off of it. The 40 lifted just enough. Fluffy trying desperate on that outside to be able to get to the bottom. The 16 got loose. 87 lifted. They're single file coming to 2 laps to go this time. Fluffy desperately trying to get underneath that 16, but so far he is unable to. 21 of Sludge now pulling off from 4th place. 2 laps to go for the 16 of Mike RPM. Fluffy in the 87 and the Bear in the 40. This race will be decided between these 3 trucks. Over to you, Picola.
Man, this is so fun watching this right now.
I'm right behind
Say,
him.
I'm just enjoying.
There's the
87
move.
Looking inside.
There's the move. 87 to the inside of the 16. They're coming to the white flag this time by 87. Has the lead. 16 trying to make a run for it on the outside. Bear is going to go with Fluffy trying to get the run on the inside. He's setting himself up for a good finish as he's now going to be in P2 at that line. White flag is out. 3 wide for the race lead. The 87 able to hold them both off. Goes to the inside. Tries to get to the line. The 40 tries to get underneath him. Unable to. The 16 underneath the 40. Contact is made. 40 into the wall. 16 under the 87. Mike RPM going into turn 3 has the position. He has the racing groove. The 87 is going to lift right here and try to do a crossover, but will it be successful? Looks like the 16 lifted and made the 87 catch his bumper. 87 really swirly. The race win is going to go to the 16 of Mike RPM. 2nd place Fluffy, and 3rd place 40 of the Bear. What a finish by these 3 amazing drivers. A little bit of contact cost 40 of the Bear a little bit, but that move by the 16, it was aggressive, but it worked. The 87 tried to do the crossover, but Mike RPM seen it coming, gave a little bit of lift, and made the 87 catch his rear bumper.
Man, that was so exciting. What a finish.
And I got top 10.
Out there,
You got
5
a top
wide.
10 there, Trav? Way
Yep,
to go,
let's go.
man. Robbie, where'd you finish, buddy?
I finished 8th with 2% on my right side.
Awesome job from the in-race reporters tonight.
Hey, what'd you say, Dan Matty, was that Brinkerhoff?
Yep.
He out there asked if we run customs, and the answer to that is yeah. This is a custom race that you're watching here live.
Yeah, and I'm sure Michael will watch this later. I was way too loose, and I tried to be on his outside when he got into me there.
Oh, he's not going to have to watch it later. He'll be in the booth here in just a second. You can explain in person.
That's true.
Sorry, man. Just had to throw that 2 cents in there. They have now all been invited. Robbie, can you get a picture of that too if he doesn't back out?
He did.
Yeah. That's unfortunate. No, he's still there. Fluffy's still there.
Okay. I just changed where they were.
Yeah, now he's out. I'll just tell him that Fluffy got it. You're good. Piccolo, you want to take this one? Third place is the bear.
No, I need your help.
What do you mean you need help?
I'm new to the booth, man. You can't just leave me.
I'm not leaving. I'm the broadcaster. I literally can't leave or it would end. Anyways, the bear, you're coming home in third. Looks like that last run you had to save a little bit more fuel than Mike and Fluffy. Is that what cost you through the middle part of that last section there in stage 3?
No, not really. I was just saving the right rear because I didn't want to pop a tire. I was cutting it close on tires on the right rear at the end of the run, and I wanted to make sure I had enough tire to race the guys at the end. And I showed up to the party. It was about 4 to go, and I just didn't have a hole to get through without running somebody over. So I didn't want to do that, and I just, got a top 3 out of it. Not too bad.
Yeah, those last few laps there, man, that was exciting. Looks like Mike made a move. He drove in a little hard, but he was trying to get under the 87, and with you still being on the outside, I couldn't really tell if contact was made between the two of you, but I seen you get up into the outside wall, taking the backstretch of the final lap. Man, you guys put on one heck of a show, but take it through those final 2 laps on what were you expecting out of the top 2, and were you just hoping for them to make a mistake to be able to get the victory?
Well, no, I was just looking for an opportune moment to make a move, but there was really no room to make a move without completely destroying the guys in front of me. And, we worked good together through the whole race and played the right strategy and pitted in and around one another and we just kind of, decided to ride in line there till about 10 to go, and then it was anybody's race. And I just had, like I said, I had to save more tire longer than they did. And then the lap cars really bunched them up a couple times. And then, I was already prepared to finish third because I had to save more tire. But shoot, man, them lap cars just, that's just something that we see in here in the last few weeks. People don't understand who they're racing and what they're racing around. They jump in between the leaders, and they just, there's a lot of learning to do. A lot of progression needs to be made on that end. But other than that, I mean, the cream rises to the top. I mean, boys took care of business, and it was a hell of a race, and we enjoyed it.
I will say 2 things real quick. One, so the 0-2, he ended up bunching them up there at the end. He was a little concerned when they were getting by that 3 truck that the 3 was going to get loose or something with contact, so he was just trying to race and get by him as quick as he could. That is unfortunate. We seen him in front of the leaders. The next corner, Mike made a little contact, and then he tried getting out of the way for you there. He was in the booth with us. He said it on the broadcast there, what he was trying to do. Anyways, besides that, right there in stage 1 and stage 2, it looked like your truck was a little too tight. Something that we don't see happen very often in these custom setup races, but were you adjusting the truck as you were going? Because it looked a lot better at the end than at the beginning.
Well, the first run, we started out and I got hung in traffic. And then, when you got guys like Mike and Fluffy that's as fast as they are, you give them clean racetrack and a little bit of gap, they're gone. They're going to check out. And I got back to P4 at the end of the first stage, and I was okay. I wasn't great, but I was okay. I was a little tight, like you said. And the second stage, I was actually trying some other strategies, 2 tires. I tried 2 tires at the end of stage 2, just to see how the truck felt, just in case that situation came up where I could take them, but it ended up being just 2 long green runs at the end. But long story short, I'm happy with it. I had a chance to win. I wasn't going to tear somebody up to do it. So, solid race all around. I can't complain.
All right, man. Well, as always, congratulations. I feel like it's becoming a thing getting to hear your voice up here on Thursday nights. But, again, congratulations, Bear.
Yeah, appreciate it.
All right, guys, that was the Bear there, driver of the number 40. Second place finisher, we have the 87. He was my pick for the night, but he came up just short. This is Cody Giles. Fluffy, good run out there tonight, man.
Yeah, man, just came up short. Just came up short.
Man, you had the dominant truck all night long. It seemed you and Mike being 1-2 all night long. Stage 3, we seen you ride behind the 16 a lot. Was that? I'm assuming that was to save fuel.
Pretty much to save fuel. Try to get to that lap to pit on and be good for the final 25 laps. And after that, we just we went for it.
So you were just outside the bubble for the playoffs here as you entered tonight in 13th, coming in and winning 2 stages and then finishing second on the race. That's going to make up a lot of points. If I know with you being in the showdown races, showcase races, that's going to hurt your chances at playoffs, but definitely give you an opportunity to move up to the Xfinity Series. Is that really what your goal is here at the GC Sports?
I mean, yeah, but honestly, man, like I think it's just I take it one at a time with it. I don't, if I don't get in there, it don't really, it doesn't really mean anything to me. I mean, I just like racing. I just like whatever I'm a part of, I'll run it. It don't matter if it's Cup, Xfinity, Truck Series. It don't matter. So honestly, man, it doesn't matter. Honestly.
Final question. So, like I said, I did pick you to win the race. About the time that you texted me and said that you were going to be there tonight, from that moment on, you were my pick all night long. You won stage 1, you won stage 2. I was feeling really, really confident. Did you let Mike win just so that I would be wrong on who the race winner would be?
No, man, I tried my ass off to get up there, dude. But just some things just did not happen, and the 16 just got around me, man. That's just how it is.
Yeah, no, I was just kidding there. Obviously, that was a great battle. You, Mike, Bear, you guys put on one heck of a show. Congratulations, Fluff, and it's always an honor to have you up here in the booth.
Yes, sir. It's an honor to be here. Thank y'all.
All right, Piccolo, you ready to take one yet?
Nope.
All right. First place winner, let me try to find the 16 truck here. Mike RPM, Mike Brass. Congratulations, man, first off.
Yeah, I appreciate it, buddy. Thank you.
You were on a different pit strategy than Bear and Fluffy right out the gate. They pit 1 lap, or I believe 2 laps prior than you, that first segment. Did you kind of feel confident at that point in time that you were going to be the one being able to make it on the fuel, knowing how fast your truck had been all night?
I did, but when I came out of pit road, I wasn't. I mean, I was like 3 or 2.5 seconds back, and I thought, wow, this is stupid. But that extra lap or so that I was able to stay out, I think it was an extra lap. I don't think it was 2, but that was the key for me to drive back to them. So, and then just keep up with them, and I was able to save more gas. And I think I pitted, a lap later. Or no, me and Fluffy came down that last run the same, and Bear a little bit early. So, yeah, I mean, we just kind of wanted to make sure we had enough gas and then, go for it at the end with 10 to go. And it was pretty much me, Fluffy, and Bear just said, hey, let's try to put on a show. So that's what we did there at the end.
Yeah, coming to the end, I know, Bear brought it up, and you had the 2-lap traffic trucks in front of you, the 02 and the 3. They were side by side in front of you. Were you nervous at that point that, were you thinking of backing it off and letting them do their own deal, or were you trying to get by them as quick as possible?
To be honest, with these lap trucks, some of them, you don't know where they're going to go. So I was kind of just hoping to pass them as quick as possible and put them in between me and Fluffy and Bear. So, had something happen with them passing the lap car, I'd get away a little bit farther. But, thankfully it didn't really, the lap trucks were a little bit difficult to get around tonight, but it didn't really impact the race there at the end too much, I don't think.
All right, the last lap, entering turns 1 and 2, you were actually in 3rd place. The Bear and Fluffy had both gotten around you. You made a move on the inside. For my thing, I think there was a little bit of contact between you and Bear. Obviously not intentional, as you ended up with one heck of a run off as you were able to get below Fluffy. Just take us through those last 2 laps as far as you being in the lead, falling to 3rd, and then coming back to the lead.
Well, I think I had the lead a little bit too early, and when Fluffy passed me, I think it was coming to the white flag on the backstretch. Yeah, he passed me, and I wasn't going to block him and just do that for the whole 2 laps. I don't like to do that. So I let him go. I didn't let him go, but he went down, and I stayed up on the top. I saw Bear coming too, so I figured I don't want to get run over by these two. I'll back out of it early, get a run, and cut across the track, and hopefully they run each other up the track. And sure enough, I think Bear got in the rear bumper of Fluffy, and they pushed up a little bit. And when I saw that run, I mean, there's no lifting. You're on the last lap, and I think I grazed Bear a little bit and put him in the fence, but just was able to get the run and get door to door with Fluffy, and the rest is history in turn 3 on the bottom. So.
Yeah, either way, it was one heck of a move. It was outstanding here on the broadcast and to watch the three of you battle it out those last, really, all of stage 3. It was down to the three of you guys from working together to becoming arch nemesis for 2 laps to decide, and then I'm sure having a blast in the chat together. Congratulations, this is your first win here at GC Sports, and of most of the drivers, you're actually one of the biggest advocates as far as retweeting and stuff like that, so I want to say thank you to that, and again, congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it. Hey, keep posting your stuff, and I'll be sure to throw it up on Twitter and stuff as much as I can.
Absolutely, man. Appreciate it, and we'll see you next week for the first road course race of the season as we go to Watkins Glen.
Have a good one, fellas.
You too, Mike.
All right, after all that, we have... Did Robbie leave the chat?
No, still here.
Okay, and Piccola and Travis are both still in here. So I'm going to take it to you first, Robbie. Final thoughts on the race, how everything went, how it went for you, and then we'll continue on to Travis.
Overall, the race was pretty great. Lap cars, as I said already, sometimes is an issue. Being a lap car, it can be quite intimidating, especially when you've got guys like Fluffy the Bear and Mike coming up on you real fast. But I think a lot of them did pretty well. I think my advice to some of the drivers is make sure you test your car on the full run. Don't just do a quick 5 to 10 laps, say, yeah, that's fine. In this league, that's not going to be good enough. You've got to make sure you do your testing thoroughly, because the drivers here are just so hard to defeat. It's unreal. So you definitely got to make sure that you got your stuff on cue. My race, however, got P8. I'm happy with P8. Some things didn't turn out as I planned, but great race for me overall.
For sitting in England and driving a female's truck, you did a pretty good job out there, Robbie. Congratulations to you as well, and thanks for your final thoughts. Now, over to Travis Tyson, driver of the O2. He was one of the trucks in question on the final end there with the leaders getting by him. You heard his talk here. He wasn't trying to hold them up, but again, like Robbie said, these guys come flying in there fast. Final thoughts from you there, Travis?
Well, just, I guess some final thoughts. Yeah, I saw him coming, and, I just knew that where I was, where they were, and then where truck that was 2 laps down was, by the time we all caught up to each other, I was going to be the filling in that sandwich. So I just wanted to be able to get by Dencade as quick as I could, and then as soon as I got by him, I moved to the outside, and I let off the gas on the backstretch to let all 3 of them go by so they could race each other. So, some incidental contact. Thankfully, didn't mess anybody up and didn't cost Mike the victory. But, I was on the lead lap until, that happened. So, for that, I can feel pretty good about. Stage 2, should have probably gotten 2 or 3 stage points, but, like I said, Bear doesn't know when people are coming to pit road, so there's that. And, but overall, it was a good night for me, and compared to the last 2 weeks, it was a solid night. There's still a couple pieces to put together, but consistency is key, and being in that top 10, pretty much 8th to 12th was pretty much my positions all night long. To stay there all night, to be there and not have to count on people to lag out or whatever, that was awesome. So it was good racing, and we'll have to see what we do at Watkins Glen.
Yeah, congratulations, man. Less than 10 laps away from being able to finish on the lead lap, I think, for the first time this season. But all in all, you did a great job there in the 0-2 job. I got to mess with you.
Yeah, well, I finished on the lead lap at Daytona, so...
Well, probably not, because we didn't go to Daytona. We raced at Talladega, though, for the opening race.
Yeah, that's right.
Sorry, man, I had to. All right, Pico, we're going to go over to you. Final thoughts on the race. You being the points leader on both Monday and Wednesday, the slider and the custom side, right? So you're cream of the crop right now on the Wednesday series, and you're watching these guys run on Thursday. What are your thoughts?
I'm glad I don't race on Tuesday or Thursday.
I like it. Yeah. On my end, man, that race, that was exciting all the way around. You hate seeing the fuel strategy race. Some of the guys in the chat are mad that people are winning off the fuel strategy. I'm going to be honest, we had all sorts of viewers last night in the race to see how it was going. You had to have known it was going to be fuel. It happened last night. It was going to happen tonight. So to not save fuel at that point, it's kind of on the driver to not think about it. You hate seeing it because it's a little bit boring, not as racy. However, those final 2 laps of this race, I don't know how anybody could complain and say that wasn't an amazing finish. So, all in all, that was just one hell of a race from these guys on Thursday night Custom Series.
I think you gotta, at this point in the season, you gotta expect, right, Stage 3 to be a fuel strategy. So, I mean, in the custom setup, it's easy. Just put a 4th gear saving gear in, and if it comes down to it, you can at least try to do it, right? You know, compared to some people that we've seen this week that they got in the race and they didn't even have a fuel saving gear.
Yeah, I really like actually that end of the customs, right? So you're essentially making 2 setups within one. You have to have a setup that's going to go fast when you're in your race gear, and then you have to have one that's going to handle well still while in your fuel saving gear. And we've seen now the last couple weeks that these drivers are doing an outstanding job. However, last week the Bear and Mike RPM almost won the race without the incident that happened on track, while Robbie ended up winning because of fuel. But had they not been in that incident, either the 16 or the 40 would have won that race as well. So fuel strategy is going to be a thing all season long, guarantee it. I'm telling you right now, plan it out. If it's a track that you can conquer those doing fuel, conquer it, but otherwise you're just going to have to fall in line and start doing such. But all in all, the racing this week here, Sliders in Michigan, Customs at Chicago, great week. Don't forget, fans at home, tomorrow night, North Wilkesboro, iRacing, 8 o'clock Eastern. Tune in. Pico will be there. I won't be. I'll be watching. But definitely tune in tomorrow night, guys. Anything else from the Peanut Gallery?
Can't wait till next week. Shouldn't see no fuel saving there, hopefully.
Yeah, well, I will say this though. Next week, especially for customs, we're going to see how people do on their brake bias. So that's going to be the biggest thing.
Yeah, interesting. So, yeah, next week, all 4 series are racing at Watkins Glen. Both slider nights and both custom nights will all be at Watkins Glen, so tune in for that. As we're now a third of the way through the season before the playoffs. Week 4 has come to a conclusion. Week 12, we decide who's making the playoffs and who's not. Quarter of the way through the full season. Tune in tomorrow night for the iRacing. From everybody here at GC Sports, thank you for tuning in, and if you're looking for a league to run, get a hold of Aquataddy on PSN or Facebook. From everyone here, good night, and thanks for tuning in.